56. 56 days into the most important election of our lives. Folks, and here's an even better number, 134. What is that? That's how many days until Donald Trump is escorted out of the White House and evicted. Now, the big story over this holiday weekend, and I hope we had a nice holiday weekend, was Donald Trump smearing our veterans. And this whole debate, did he say it or did he not? Of course Donald Trump smeared the veterans. Donald Trump's track record before this tells us that. It's not like we just met him today and it's like, wow, I wonder if that's true or not. To quickly sum up, Donald Trump is a man who ridiculed prisoners of war. This is a man who mocked John McCain's service. This is a guy who in the 1990s belittled service in Vietnam, those who served, by saying his own personal Vietnam was not getting an STD when he was sleeping around in the 80s with models, calling himself, quote, a brave soldier. This is the same Donald Trump whose father, Fred Trump, as written about in Mary Trump's book, said to their employees and to her father that serving in the military is a waste of time. Donald Trump is Fred Trump's son. He is a mini Fred Trump. That's their mindset. This is who they are. So as everyone knows, The Atlantic published on Friday, it was confirmed by 4 sources then, and now numerous media outlets, including even Fox News, has confirmed parts of this, that Donald Trump, when in 2018, at the World War I commemoration in France, said, quote, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers," speaking about U.S. military veterans who had made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation during World War I and are buried there. He also spoke of the U.S. Marines who had engaged in Belleau Wood, a remarkable battle, turning the tide against Germany, called them suckers for getting killed. And he went on to say about John McCain that after John McCain's death and when the funeral came up, Trump said, quote, "We're not going to support that loser's funeral." Now, Trump claims it's lying. He tweeted feverishly. And one of his tweets was this. He said, "I never called John McCain a loser," even offering to, quote, this is the exact tweet, "swear on whatever or whoever I was asked to swear on to support this statement that he never called John McCain a loser." The reality is, during the 2016 campaign, on camera, Donald Trump called John McCain a loser. He tweeted calling John McCain a loser. And in that very exchange, and infamous now, Donald Trump also said that he said McCain wasn't a war hero. He said, "I like people who weren't captured." 2 things there. First of all, by saying, "I like people who are not captured," and McCain's not a war hero, nor are others POWs for being captured, it is really a smear of the sacrifice that people were POWs. And some were there for years. And while they were in a POW camp, their families in America were every day wondering if their family member was alive or not. But there's Trump mocking it. "I like people who are not captured." So he's telling you his own words. I'm not spinning this. I like people who are not captured, meaning he doesn't like POWs. He doesn't respect their service. He doesn't respect what their family went through. He doesn't respect what their band of brothers, others in their regiment or troop, their heart was broken knowing that someone that they served with was in a POW camp, wherever that may have been. Second of all, Donald Trump saying, "I'll swear on anything that I never said John McCain's a liar," and that's part of his whole defense against The Atlantic, is that it's all a lie. Well, Donald Trump lied. Objectively, he lied. He said he never called John McCain a loser. He did. We have a video of it. We've got it in writing. He called him a loser. Here's the reality. If you're accusing someone else of being a liar, and while defending yourself, you lie, your credibility is gone. When I was a trial lawyer, these are the people I love to cross-examine. The greatest thing in the world. Guy testified, that person's a liar. And then you prove that they're a liar on the stand for the whole jury or judge to see. That's what happened to Donald Trump. He got caught lying. Second, it's more than that. In Mary Trump's great book, on page 55, you have the book. It's a big bestseller. It talks about how Donald Trump's father, Fred Trump, had no respect for military service because Mary Trump's own father, Freddie, served in the Air Force National Guard. And Fred didn't like that. She actually wrote that Fred had, quote, "no use for military service. He viewed it as a waste of time." Donald Trump is Fred Trump's son. That's the guy he groomed. This is the mindset that Donald Trump grew up with. Serving in our military is a waste of time. Does any Trump's son serve in the military? No. What a contrast to Joe Biden. Bo Biden obviously served military service. And beyond that, Donald Trump, while on Howard Stern in the 1990s, mocked and belittled service of those who went to Vietnam, saying that him not getting an STD while sleeping around with models was his, quote, personal Vietnam. He added, I feel like a great and very brave soldier. So to Trump, he's a brave soldier because he didn't get an STD from sleeping around with models and actresses. While people in Vietnam, some never came back from there, others came back and are wounded or suffered PTSD. That's Donald Trump. Those are his words. This is the man. And yesterday, Donald Trump mocked the military officers, but saying the rank and file soldiers love him. That's also a lie. The Military Times, it's nonpartisan, the Military Times came out with a poll. A week ago it came out. Only 38% of active duty troops have a favorable view of Donald Trump. That's the all-time low for Trump. Only 38% have a favorable view. And the same Military Times, again nonpartisan, they asked who you're going to support in this election. Joe Biden is beating Donald Trump by 4 points. And to give you a little contrast and put this in perspective, at this time 4 years ago, Hillary Clinton was losing to Trump by 20 points in the same Military Times poll of active duty troops. So 4 years ago, Hillary losing by 20 points to Trump. Now Biden is beating Trump. What a turnaround here. Because as Malcolm Mann said on the show, members of our military have a very distinct BS radar. They know what Trump is. They know he's a man without honor. They know he's a selfish man who's never sacrificed anything or anyone, who's always about himself. So when you asked that Donald Trump make those horrific comments about the veterans, of course he did. The reality is, for those like myself and others disgusted by Trump, this is just exhibit 1,425,000 that he's despicable. For those who love Trump, it doesn't matter if Trump said this on the camera directly yesterday, they would still defend it. Remember Access Hollywood take that was locker room talk? They don't care. They'll defend Trump at all costs. In my view, the fact Trump said this, and I really have no doubt he said it, especially when it's confirmed by a Fox News reporter, Trump is not fit to be commander-in-chief. Donald Trump, if he was not as selfish as he is, should resign. We don't want someone like that leading our military as the commander-in-chief. But he won't. That's why it's up to us, November 3rd. We are less than 60 days from the most important election of our life. The only thing we all agree on, as Donald Trump says the same thing, this election is the most important of our lives. It is. For Trump, it's the most important of his life because he understands, he's keenly aware, when he loses, he likely, not definitely, but likely will be charged with crimes. So it's not just an ego effect, likely. And he will he's already got 150% white supremacy. I have no idea how much further this gets. He might burn a cross on the White House lawn if that's what it takes to get some of his base anxious. It's up to us. 56 days is the most important of our election of our lives. So thanks for tuning in to the mini version of the Dino Budala Show. Again, my show is live tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. SiriusXM channel 127. It's called Progress. And if you don't have SiriusXM, go to the website, SiriusXM.com. There's always free offers. Check it out. Join the show. Be part of the conversation. Thanks for tuning in.